Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Impact Wrestling review. I guess I should say the first review post Hard to Kill official show. I know last week was a recap show with a little bit of story going on and whatnot, but this was the first official show of the tapings, I should say. And should I say the taping? Yeah, post but from the Mexico tapings and whatnot. At Mexico City, Mexico, and we kicked off the show with the new world champion. I'm sure people are going to give me heat for saying that, but the new world champion, Tessa Blanchard, coming out. She kicked off the show. She pretty much came out saying it's good to be here in Mexico City, Mexico, and talk about the journey she's done to get here to become the world champion. But now that, the journey is not over. It is only the beginning, because now she has a target on her back that she is the world champion, because she knows Sammy has that rematch coming, and she knows he's listening, and she wanted to come. She's got to watch her back now and everything. But say, if you want to do this, let's do this right now, as she put out, because it was a fight of a lifetime at Hard to Kill, but she told Sami Callihan to, get out here right now so we can do this. But Sami Callihan never came out. Taya came out then, the Knockouts champion, as people chanted, "Where I low cut in," pretty much saying, I'm here, you think you're the stuff right now, do you, huh, Tessa? You think you got it all? You made history. You're the first woman to become the world champion and whatnot. And let's talk about last year and everything. Talk about the truth is this: I beat you for the Knockouts championship, which I'm the longest reigning Knockouts champion right now, right here in Mexico during that time, as she put out. And I also beat you for the AAA women's champion, Reina de Reinas. If you remember, a few months ago, I believe this one they got on Access TV. I think it was they were announced. If you remember, there was an event for AAA in New York City, which was at Madison. Well, it wasn't at Madison Square Garden, but it was at the Hulu Theater of Madison Square Garden. I know it was a full show, and it was a AAA and Impact, show. And Taya did beat Tessa for that Reina de Reinas championship. So she's already beaten her before, so at least there's some continuity in this also, other than her being for the Knockouts championship last time. And Taya pretty much says, that world championship you got there is a consolation prize. You have not beaten me, okay? But Tessa pretty much went on to say that, yes, I have become the world champion and everything. And, I have not beaten you. But before she could even say anything, Ace Austin came out, so the X Division champion. Thus, I didn't get a party to the invite to the circle. Because, listen, I've also beaten you, Tessa. Bound for Glory, the X Division title, the Fatal 5-Way thing. If you remember, Ace Austin took out Tessa before she could even get to the top rope and whatnot. Or, well, not top rope. But, hey, I was at the pay-per-view of Bound for Glory, so, she didn't get the X Division title. And Ace Austin took her down with her, with that gambit stick he holds. So, her and him and Taya got something in common. But Tessa admitted, yes, you both have beaten me and everything. But, that's not going to last long. Pretty much she punched Ace Austin, because Ace Austin says, listen, I can beat you anytime here, and maybe, I guess, in, the bedroom or whatnot. She attacked, Ace, and then Taya pretty much attacked Tessa. Then they both started to jump Tessa, but Trey Miguel came out then to make the save then to knock them out. That's when the actual open and the intro to the show happened. Not a bad promo right here for the beginning of the show, especially with Tessa. We didn't see Callihan and whatnot, which I'll kind of get into later, of how Sami Callihan is kind of being subtle right now into appearing on the show, and we'll see where this goes, and I'll explain more of that. But Taya coming out, pretty much saying, you have not beaten me, and I've beaten you several times before in this company and out of this company and AAA and whatnot. So good stuff from there. Especially it's going to set up a tag team match, so not a bad opening for the show. Of course, we went to Josh Matthews and Don Callis. They were going to talk about the Mac then, as they talked about what happened at Hard to Kill, of him, taking on the North by himself, and Rich Swann being hurt right now, and them talking about his injury again. They went to a sit-down interview with him and Jimmy Jacobs, as Jimmy Jacobs pretty much says, listen, you did a great job at Hard to Kill. You did what you could and everything, but, you got this confidence now, and Max says, yes, he does. A new confidence has happened. He's just waiting for Swann to come back so he can win those tag titles and whatnot. But, he also put out, listen, he faced Rohit Raju tonight, and what are you going to do until Rich Swann comes back? He says he's just going to keep him moving. He's going to keep doing what he's doing, and, when he comes back, they will win those tag belts. I don't know how long Rich Swann's injury is, since I believe that is legit what happened before that pay-per-view and everything. That's why he couldn't wrestle. But hopefully Mac does get some type of push going on while Swann, a lot of people got hurt during that pay-per-view, by the way. But hopefully, Mac goes somewhere with this. But next, Johnny Swinger came up wanting, you need a partner, the Rizats and everything. Mac said, hey, we done here? All right, I'm good and everything. So he didn't want his help. Ty was also in the back there, pretty much complaining what was going on. Kiera Hogan and Madison Rayne, hey, listen, remember the deal? We helped you with the Jordan Grace ODB problem. So now you owe us. Got it? Ty didn't want to do this tonight. So listen, you two face each other. Whoever wins, I'll face that one first, and I'll face the other one second. So Kiera Hogan and Madison Rayne kind of looked on until, I guess they agreed with it. Taurus versus Moose versus Rhino, which, okay, a lot of this match didn't make sense because the beginning of this was that they took a break for almost like what? Not a commercial break, but Rhino was on, not Rhino, Moose was on the outside, and it's like everybody was just standing there for almost like a whole minute and a half or two until they went to commercial and then the actual match started. I don't know why they got Moose and Rhino in the ring. Like, I thought that feud was over and whatnot. Taurus, I didn't mind. The match was okay. It ended up with Rhino hitting a gore on Moose, and then, Taurus there stealing the pin and whatnot, the headbutting Rhino. It was kind of whatever, to be honest. I feel like the Triple H stars were a little bit more over here this time. I don't know how the mic is, how well the ring is mic'd in these Mexico tapings, but at least the crowd sounded a little bit louder tonight than what they've usually had before, because half the time people will say, even during the Tessa promo, it was very lifeless, very dead. There's people cheering, and I can see that in the background. There's a lot of people, but I don't think this is still mic'd well enough in a way. Hard to Kill was very mic'd out very well. Right now, I'm not really sure until probably later in the night. Next, though, Jordan Grace, pretty much, she still wanted a shot at the title, so I guess she's going to be involved in that one-on-one with Madison Rayne and Kiera Hogan, turned to a triple threat. Joey Ryan was walking around till he went to the bathroom, and it looks like we're going to get another edition of Wrestler's Court with, Tommy Dreamer there. He spoke in Spanish for a minute, but Joey Ryan did not want no parts of it. Honestly, I actually did like the last Wrestler's Court. I was actually hoping for another one. Hey, they were in Mexico this time, so this would have been special, but and whatnot. I know Tommy spoke in Spanish, but I like the Wrestler's Court from last time. I thought I got a kick out of it. Next, I'm not gonna really talk about this one for obvious reasons. Joey Ryan versus Matt. I don't know why the crowd keeps buying into his shit. I'm sitting there wondering. And the thing I don't get is that when he throws the sucker or gives the sucker to people, you do know this shit was in his pants, and you all put it in your mouth after he had his mouth on it too. I don't understand wrestling fans sometimes, I guess. I'm just gonna say this: Joey Ryan won. It was over. Moving on. Okay, let's just move on from this. Michael Elgin was talking about Eddie Edwards, talking about he beat him 2 times and that Call Your Shot trophy is his. Rosemary went against Havoc, which I swear I saw this match a couple weeks ago, and I still didn't think it was that good. I know if the story has to do with Susie or whatnot, or Sue Young, or, as they put that Havoc killed in Mexico, by the way. But, I don't know, we didn't see any promos. We just got like a random match, I felt like. Kind of like they did in New York a while ago. And, James Mitchell tried to get involved. Rosemary used the mist on him. And then Havoc went with the tombstone. But there was no Susie this time. They were looking for her as Rosemary smiled on. The match itself was kind of clunky, in my opinion. I don't know. It wasn't the worst, but just still clunky. And I didn't even know why it was happening again, because I swear I saw this maybe like a few weeks ago before the pay-per-view. So why was this match even happening again? I don't know where the story's going right now, because we haven't really seen any promos, so I'm not going to try to take much from it. Eddie Edwards responded to Elgin then about the whole call your shot, which he had a face on the trophy. Elgin wanted that trophy. They started to argue then and was about to brawl until security broke it up, which, you know, now they announced that it's going to be a best-of-5 series between Michael Elgin and Eddie Edwards, which I'm not against that, by the way, because these guys put on some hell of a badass matches. They put on a great match on Impact a few weeks ago, and they put on a very great match at the pay-per-view, too. Good shit from both of them. I don't know how they're going to go around 5 weeks. I'll explain more of that in a second when I get near the end, especially in regards to the world title, of how I think what's made what happened. Because don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't want to see the best of 5 series. I just hope they can keep the thing fresh and creative in their matches like they've done 2 times now. So I got faith in Michael Elgin and Eddie Edwards, though. Those guys are the shit, so they put on some badass matches. I'll give them that. But I'm saying a little bit more of that best of 5 a little near the end, okay? But moving on, though, what do we got? The Mac going against Rohit Raju. Nothing much to say here. Mac hit the Stone Cold Stunner on him. It was okay. Pretty solid match. He got the win, but next you know, Mahabali Shera tried to attack him right after. Johnny Swinger came out for the save, but he got taken out as well. So I guess they may be doing something with Swinger and Mac still. I don't know, but we'll see. I like to have Mac do a singles push and be more of a, tag team. I don't know where just going Johnny Swinger, but I think Swinger's somewhat funny half the time. But like I said, I don't know the time date on Rich Swann's injury or when he'll be back, but we'll see. Flashback of the week, the Guns and Beer Money. The North were bragging about their win back at Hard to Kill or whatnot until, I guess, who was it, Vikingo or what? Vikino pretty much starts, speaks on Spanish and pushed one of them. I guess it's going to be a match next week. In the main event, though, I think we got Dr. Wagner Jr. next week, but in the main event, we got Tessa Blanchard and Trey Miguel. You obviously about the Smoke Circle or whatnot, which I actually was hoping the Rascals were going to be more serious nowadays, especially Miguel, which like he tried to stay serious, but of course it got to be comedy. They got the special stuff and whatnot, the ganja, the weed, the super high, the Luke Skywalker, the many things to what that weed is called, I'm sure, but I'm not sure what is the special. I think it was weed in their hand. You know, one thing I want to say also about this show too was that they had something, a viewer discretion is advised because of the inappropriate behavior or whatnot. Because we actually saw RVD on this show too, which he didn't say much whatnot about his moves and everything. But hey, he's the reason why I guess they got technically banned off of Twitch right now. I don't know how long that goes for. I don't think it was on tonight on Twitch, but thank the man who did this for him right self, RVD, or the whole the band show, or Rob Van Dam. Okay, personally, I will say one thing about the Twitch thing. Listen, I know there's a lot of things on Twitch. I was actually surprised they were even banned because of that whole segment last week and whatnot. Listen, it's going to be okay on access because it's a different network, but I'm sure Twitch runs a whole different way and whatnot. I guess they thought it was a little bit too sexual. I think somebody may have complained and bitched about the segment online. Possibly it's the reason why Impact was taken off Twitch and whatnot. I know RVD kind of poked fun of it. I don't know how long that ban goes, or they're banned until they can make another one page. I don't know, okay? I'm not really sure about all of that. But, I always thought the segment was funny last week. I thought it was pretty funny. I just wondered how far I was going to go. But I guess the guidelines of Twitch thought it was too, sexual and whatnot. And then, Access TV is putting up a viewer discretion advised. Well, we didn't really see nothing bad and inappropriate on this show. So I never knew the needed to before the commercial break. Or after the commercial, I should say, before it came back on, they had that on there, to tell people that. But I don't know if they'll be back on Twitch. I know people are saying they'll go to YouTube, but I think people explained before, revenue is different off YouTube and whatnot, and I don't know how the viewership will go on there, to be honest. I know Twitch was a special deal with them and whatnot, and then again, I don't know, monetization, YouTube. I don't know the whole pay structure of YouTube, okay? So I'm not going to sit here and act like I know. But I know a lot of people saying telling Impact to go to YouTube since they're not on Twitch right now. Since you got another wrestling shows on YouTube like NWA Power at AEW and Dark or whatnot. So add that on to it. But I don't know, okay? I'm just taking a guess from this, but I had to say something about the whole Twitch thing. I just thought it was a little bit ridiculous. I guess I get the guidelines. I don't want them too sexual, but I keep hearing there's worse things on Twitch than what they're doing with wrestling, I guess. But I guess they just happen to find it. Or like I said before, somebody moan, complain, and bitch about the segment so bad that they had our Impact banned off of Twitch. But, RVD took credit. Like I said before, he wants a new t-shirt. Rob Van Dam. I have an idea for that. Trust me. Rob Van Dam. But the main event, though, between Tessa and Trey Miguel versus Taya and Ace Austin, though, not bad, I will say that. Very good main event. Whatnot. Probably the best match of the show, if you ask me. Of course, Tessa comes with the hot tag, taking out everybody. Trey was about to go for a move up top. But Taya knocked him off the top rope. Ace was going, pretty much was able to get him on his own end. Trey was still fighting in. Tessa pretty much... got in and his suicide dive on Taya, and then Ace also hit a wicked cool fold, by the way, on Miguel, which looked cool as ever, getting the win. Which, by the way, if you look back in our entrance, look how the screen kind of crackles a little, whatnot. You could tell that Sami Callihan, because I guess some people think he's going back to his hacker gimmick when he was Solomon Crow or whatnot. Now, if he can make this work and work it here, I'll give him credit for taking such a gimmick that did not work for him in NXT and using it now as his advantage to do this whole Tessa storyline and whatnot. Personally, I'll say this too. I still don't see Tessa being a champion that long. I either see Callihan winning it back, or if she still retains at the pay-per-view, I still think Michael Elgin is going to be the one to win that best of 5 series and cash in on Tessa and, stop this. I know there's many ways to stop this girl, because I'm not going to get into the whole why people will probably not watch because a woman's champion, or Tessa's just recent remarks, which I keep hearing more and more stuff coming out with this girl more in the days now, about people complaining about being a bully. Don't know how much they're still complaining about her being a racist or whatnot, but it's a lot of bullying or racist itself. That let's see how bad this gets. Okay. Yeah. Let's see how bad this gets, though. Wow, I don't know why I just kind of lost. I feel like I went blank thought for a second there, but I don't know why. I feel something about Callihan look like, but mine just went blank for a second. But yeah, Callihan, no. We'll see what this hacker thing goes with Tessa, but notice in her entrance that you just saw the screen kind of crackle. So we didn't see any Sami Callihan tonight, and I guess in this build. Well, I'm sure we'll see him throughout the build, but I guess he's saying subtle with his approach right now until he comes back to get his title shot against Tessa Blanchard, most likely the next pay-per-view for Rebellion and whatnot, but we shall see. But yeah, Ace Austin hit the fold, him and Ty kind of celebrated, and that was the end of this week's show. Not as bad, I should say. I think we expected more to post Hard to Kill, which I don't know how many feuds are being set up right now. I still think it was a little random with that triple threat with Taurus and whatnot. I thought that was kind of strange, in my opinion. The beginning segment was good. Tag match wasn't that bad also at the end too. So I don't know, man. Some matches I still think it was a little kind of bad, like the Taurus, Rhino, and Musa match out there. I was still a little kind of I don't know. I feel like it wasn't a lot of people's cup of tea. I feel like in that match though. Or, I don't know, Rosemary Havoc, I didn't think that was that good either, so yeah. Other than some promos like was at least continuing in the Impact, I wish probably with a little bit more or whatnot into going to this show, but, I think that's all we got from here, but I guess we'll see what happens with the next, whatever Tessa's gonna do, or Sami, or maybe Ty's gonna take the title now, so, it like she's got the target gun on her back, so we'll see. Or like I said about the Call Your Shot Gauntlet thing, one of them cashes it out on Tessa and whatnot to get the World Championship back. So I'm sure people will probably not start getting mad and watch the show again. I will say that. But other than that, though, that is my review for Impact Wrestling this week. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the show this week itself. Tell me what you think is going on and everything, especially now, I guess, it's the road to Rebellion and whatnot. Or tell me what you think about the first set of tapings right now in Mexico and whatnot. I'm just going by the first episode to what I saw right here. But yeah, keep it to the first episode. Don't try to spoil anything if you see more of it, by the way. But tell me what you think about tonight's Impact, okay? Other than that, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Blah, 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 whatever. comment, subscribe. I don't need to keep explaining this. I'm kind of repeating myself. Make sure you do follow on Twitter. Once again, repeating myself at Hooded Knight 890. But I am done with this review of Impact Wrestling. I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.